Do
Let's
any
go.
of you rank Kawhi over KD all time, peak, and why? No, I don't.
Yes, defense. Peak, just peak. Like when healthy, peak. Kawhi's a better two-way player.
When he's healthy.
Yeah, well, that's peak health. Yeah, peak and health.
When he's healthy. Was he just as good?
Best. Yeah, I have Kawhi over KD in that one scenario, just because of he's a better two-way player, like significantly better defender, like that the offense is made up for, and some because of what he brings on defense.
So if that's true, Tone, if that's true, then what was his peak? What was it? 3 years?
It might have been like 3 weeks, but that's
right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, his peak was 2019 playoffs. That's all I know. That's all I know.
We talking about KD. We talking about KD, who was at the top of the game for years.
And
now, don't get me wrong.
Career, if you're doing longevity, all that kind of stuff.
We're talking about peaks. We're talking about peaks.
Not close. In your scenarios, KD is not, but in this particular scenario,
that's what I'm talking about. We're just talking about peak, a 3-year peak. So KD,
3 year.
Okay, so okay, go ahead.
Mars. Well, an easy question for that is this, and I asked Mars: Do you think that if you took KD and changed him on that team with Kawhi and the Raptors, do you think KD could have won the championship with that same Raptors team Kawhi won with?
Ticket. I was going to ask this question too. Go ahead, Mars. I want to hear.
Yes, I think he could have won.
I do.
I don't think that's an indictment on Kawhi to say that. I just think that Toronto team was so great. You get any elite scorer, in my opinion, at the wing position. I think they win.
No.
Why not?
That Raptor team needed, and I was there. I watched every single game, and I'm telling you, they needed Kawhi's leadership on defense. And KD couldn't have done that. They wouldn't have been able to build the wall against Giannis. They wouldn't have been able to allow Gasol and the help down on Embiid in the Philadelphia series because Kawhi was locking up whoever he had to lock up, be it Jimmy Butler or whoever. They wouldn't have been able to do the things they did defensively to stop that Sixers and Bucks team. So no, I don't think that's the case.
I didn't see the Kawhi leadership defensively that you saw. For me, it was always Kyle Lowry leading that defense, in my opinion. Even in the Bucks series, I've said I think Kyle Lowry was more impactful in that series alone than Kawhi Leonard. I also think you can build the wall because what you needed was Marc Gasol on the back line, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry taking charges. You needed those guys more than you needed a Kawhi at the point of attack on Giannis. Because I think Kawhi was great in that series, no doubt, but that wall behind him is what made him look like he was defending Giannis better than he was. Because when that wall couldn't get set up, Giannis was killing Kawhi, in my opinion, from what I saw.
It's not your opinion, Mars. That's a fact. That's not your opinion.
So both of you then go back and watch the series. Hold on. I'm sorry to get one sec. Go back and watch the series. Yep. Watch how many times it's Kawhi tipping balls and then Lowry's getting a steal, tipping balls, and Siakam getting a steal, starting the fast break, stealing the ball and getting out in the fast break, hitting out the shots. That's I'll leave that. Yes, KD's going to do what he does on offense. I'm not worried about. But on defense, go back and watch it because you saw Lowry taking the charges, you saw Marc Gasol, but all of that was started because of Kawhi.
I think that
I asked y'all that question because I just wanted to say this: if he said yes, he thought that. My question would then be this: well, don't you guys think that Toronto would have pulled the trigger on the deal this summer to get KD if they felt like KD could do the same thing Kawhi could do for them?
They were this close. If it was Scotty Barnes, that's the only reason they didn't do it.
Right? No. I'm saying no. But even that, forget Scotty Barnes. I'm just saying if you're running the Raptors and you think you bringing KD in, even if it's for Scotty, get you another championship, do you do it, Fluent?
Today.
Okay.
Okay. So do you think the Raptors? Do you think the Raptors thought that KD could get him another chip?
I think that they thought. I'm sorry, Tone. Go ahead.
I think that they clearly didn't, or else they would have done it. I think they were also thinking long term.
This team isn't built like the 2019 team.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't a team. Yeah, great point, Mars. This isn't a team that was going, had the best record in the league, going in, deep into the playoffs and losing to one guy and was that one superstar away. This team right now is a young team that they're building. So if they thought that, yes, bringing in KD would get them to multiple chips, yes, they would have done it. Giving up their young core because they wanted Siakam, Barnes, and Gary Trent maybe, and a piece. Like they wanted so much for KD that it would have dismantled the team, and then they're not a contender. And then it's basically KD on Brooklyn without Kyrie. So it takes them out of contention, all the stuff that they wanted back.
So after the 16-17 season,
but if I may, sorry, just quickly. But if they thought they were a KD for Pascal 1-for-1, like they were Kawhi for DeMar, 1-for-1 deal away from a championship, yeah, they do it in a heartbeat. Of course they do. Of course.
I think that Raptors team, if they got KD on that squad, I think that
he's talking about this year.
Even this year. But I'm thinking about this.
I want to talk about 2019 though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking about 2019, and I'm thinking about that Raptors team as how good they were defensively, right? So if you take DeMar DeRozan off that lineup, and then you add Kevin Durant, now don't get me wrong, Kawhi Leonard makes them better defensively. But you also got Marc Gasol on that team, who's also a really good defender. You got Kyle Lowry as a defender I think Kyle Lowry was at the head of the attack as a defender on the wing. And then you're going to add in 2019, if Kevin Durant is healthy, you're going to add 28 a game, 29 a game to that roster.
Chill. This is where I got to push back on you though.
You're thinking the wrong.
Kawhi was giving you that.
You're thinking the wrong Gasol. Right, because he was a step slower. You're forgetting that their backcourt consisted of Lowry and Fred VanVleet, 2 5'0" point guards.
Danny Green was there.
Danny Green was there.
Don't even bring up Danny Green, bro.
He was playing well in the playoffs.
Danny Green was Danny Green.
Danny Green was there. Yeah, he was there. Sure. Yeah, he was there.
In the finals.
Yeah, he was there. I was there too. So those two guys were getting picked on in the post by bigger guards, and so that's where kind of where I think Kawhi made the difference for them. Because they were small up front with Fred and with Lowry. I
also think with KD they play a lot fast.
To Ron's point, you were getting that scoring from Kawhi anyways. So
Kawhi averaged 30, almost 10 rebounds in that series, 9.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
Yeah, I think he was 31.
I don't think you get all of that from KD. I don't know.
I think it's made up. Well, number one, I think that they score more, and the reason why they score more because with KD, I think the game is faster. I think they score
more. Yeah, 100%.
yeah. I think the game is faster with KD. I don't think they play as slow as they do with Leonard. Add that to the fact that I think those other guys make up for it because KD offensively, like a lot of that, what Kawhi Leonard was doing offensively, that was because a lot of stuff that Kawhi Leonard got was one-on-one. I mean, nobody thought Kawhi Leonard was that good offensively until he showed what he was showing. So a lot of that stuff was one-on-one. With KD stepping on the floor, he's demanding a double team. He's demanding quite possibly a triple team. So I think a lot of those guys would get more open looks. That team would play. I think they play a little bit faster. It'd be hard. It's difficult for me to.
I don't know if he gets hurt. If he gets hurt in the finals, then they lose to the Warriors.
Joy, wait,